Once upon a time, in the quiet town of Riverview during the late 1990s, there lived a man named Mr. Daniel Moore. He was in his early 50s, kind-hearted, and hardworking. He had a teenage son, Ethan, who didn't care much about responsibilities. He slept in late, wandered the streets with friends, and spent his days doing nothing meaningful. Every morning, Daniel watched him from the kitchen window, a heavy worry settling in his chest. "What will happen to my son when I'm gone?" he thought. Daniel had tried everything, reminders, chores, even small punishments, but nothing seemed to stick. Ethan seemed lost in a world of wasted hours. Then one morning, Daniel realized there was one simple thing in their house that could change everything. One simple object was about to teach Ethan the most important lesson of his life. Daniel picked up an old wristwatch from a drawer. It wasn't fancy, just a little scratched, but it ticked perfectly. "Ethan," he said, handing it to his son, "take this to the market today. Ask everyone you meet how much they think it's worth." Ethan frowned. "Just a watch? Why? Just go," Daniel replied with a small smile. At 9:30 a.m. on Saturday, Ethan walked through the busy streets of Riverview. He approached shopkeepers, fruit sellers, and even men fixing bicycles. "Sir, how much is this watch worth?" he asked. The answers were everywhere. 500 rupees, said one. 1,000 rupees, said another. 800, said someone else. Some answers matched, most didn't. Ethan returned home confused. "Father, everyone said a different price." No one agreed. Daniel nodded. "Put it back. Tomorrow, you'll understand more." But the next day, his father asked a question that made no sense at all. The following morning, Daniel handed Ethan the watch again. This time, he said, "Don't ask for the price of the watch. Ask people how much the time inside the watch is worth." Ethan blinked. "The time inside the watch?" Daniel just smiled. In the market, people laughed. Some mocked him. Others waved him away. Friends whispered, and Ethan's face burned with embarrassment. He felt small, confused, and angry. Why would his father ask such a strange thing? Ethan wanted to quit, to run home, but he couldn't ignore the spark of curiosity that had started to burn inside him. Just when he was about to give up, one person finally listened. Ethan wandered until he found a small shop tucked between a bakery and a barber. Ticking clocks filled the quiet room. Behind the counter stood Mr. Leonard Hayes, an old watch repairer. He looked at Ethan with a kind, gentle smile. Ethan explained his father's strange task: to find the price of time. Leonard nodded thoughtfully. "Time," he said softly, "you cannot buy it back. You can give all the money in the world, but 1 second lost is gone forever." He added, "Everyone gets 24 hours each day. Rich or poor, smart or ordinary. The difference is in how you choose to spend them." Then, leaning closer, Leonard said, "Time passes whether you move or not. You lose it the fastest when you waste it." For the first time, Ethan felt time watching him. It wasn't just on the watch. It was alive, demanding respect. That evening, Ethan ran home before sunset. He found his father in the kitchen, quietly sipping tea. "Father, I understand now," Ethan said, breathless. He told him everything: the mocking, the laughter, and the wisdom of Mr. Hayes. Daniel smiled. No scolding, no punishment, just pride in his son's eyes. Over the next weeks, Ethan began to change, waking earlier, learning woodworking, a skill he admired for years, paying attention to minutes, not just days. Slowly, steadily, he became responsible. He didn't become rich that year, but he became responsible. Now, pause for a moment and think about your time. Time is free, yes. But moments? Priceless. They slip away silently. Imagine losing a day doing nothing. Imagine losing a year. Every morning, the choice is yours. If Ethan's story touched you, here's what you can do. Take a second and like this video. Drop your DNA on the subscribe button so you never miss stories like this. Share this story with someone who needs to hear it today. And comment on the name of the city you're watching from. I want to know where this message is reaching. Tick, tick, tick. Time is passing right now. What you choose to do next is entirely your choice.